Today's class is going to be themed around the new moon. So the new moon is tomorrow, and generally with a new moon, so new moon is opposite from full moon. If you think full moon, it's the bright moon where you get to see the full moon. This is the opposite. New moon is when we don't see the moon at all. So generally the energy around a new moon is that which is grounded, a little bit more introspective, and a little bit tuned into yourself, more than the full moon where there's a little bit more excitement and energy and a lot more movement, if you will. So we are going to have a little bit more of a grounded practice today. On that note, we are going to start laying down today. It's a little bit different than our traditional Feel Good Flow class. So I'd like to invite you to lay on down and we will get started there. So once you find a cozy resting position, gently draw your eyes closed. We'll take the next couple of moments to allow ourselves to truly arrive here and now. Gently allow your body to begin to sink towards the ground beneath you. Allow the body to feel heavy, to feel weighted, to simply rest. Surrender the holding of your body towards the ground beneath you, so allow yourself to be held. And allow the front half of your body to almost embody that sinking like nature as well. So relax the forehead. Allow the eyes to kind of sink towards the skull, to sink back. Relax the jaw. Allow gravity to just kind of pull it back. Rest the shoulders towards the ground, feeling the heart space, the chest open. Relax the hips, the legs, and the feet, and if your legs are extended, feel the feet just splay outwards with gravity's pull. So almost surrender to the pull of gravity. Relax the body so much so that you almost feel the body draw towards the ground beneath you. And gently begin to tune into the breath. Start to feel your inhales and exhales arrive and exit your body. Almost imagining as though the breath being a gentle breeze. Inhaling to bring in a fresh energy, and exhaling to release anything that no longer serves you. Feel the rush of air in and out as you breathe. And take a couple moments to simply be with the breath as your body continues to relax towards the ground, to be pulled towards the ground by gravity. And if and when you notice the mind wander, that's okay. Simply bring your awareness back to feeling the breath within. Notice where you feel the breath at different parts of your inhales and exhales, and allow your awareness to settle on that. Maybe you take a moment to dedicate your practice today. What would you like to send your energy to today? Maybe it's for yourself, your health, your wellness. Maybe it's for somebody else or a project you're working on. What is your why for practicing? Take another big breath or two before we begin to move. Whenever your next inhale arises, gently reach your hands up overhead, pulling them towards the back of your room, and then pull the feet towards the front of the room. On your exhale, bring your arms to a T shape and then back down by your sides. Relax the body. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, hands up, and then towards the back of the room, full body stretch, pull the feet towards the front. Exhale, arms come down and around by your sides. Relax the body. 1 more time. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, sweep the arms down by the sides. Relax the body. On your next inhale, reach the hands up overhead, and this time, grab the left wrist with the right hand. On your exhale, peel your body over towards the right hand side. So you're just gonna kind of shift the shoulders towards the right, coming into like a half moon type shape, crescent shape with the body. So if this feels like enough of a stretch, you're gonna stay right here. If you want to take this 1 step further, you'll lift your left leg and cross the left ankle over the right one. So this will exaggerate the side body stretch here. Pause for a couple big breaths. Again, we're making kind of a banana shape with the body, a half moon. Breathe to the left side body while you're here and relax your jaw, soften the shoulders. 1 more big breath. Great job. If your ankles are crossed on your next inhale, uncross them, set the leg down, and then come back to center with the torso. Exhale. Switch your grip, and then inhale. Exhale, peel on over toward the left-hand side. So again, you can pause here just with the shoulders kind of shifted over toward the left. If you want to take it 1 step further, cross that right ankle over the left and continue to breathe deeply. Breathe toward the right-hand side, relax the jaw, soften the face. Your choice if the eyes are open or closed, but just feel that nice stretch along the right side body here. Couple more big breaths. Again, allow your body to still rest on the ground, just in a different shape. 1 more full round of breath here. If your ankles are crossed on your next inhale, uncross them and then bring your torso back to center. Exhale here. Inhale, hug the knees in towards you and wrap your arms around the legs. Continue to breathe. Maybe you rock side to side and just check out your body. Notice how it feels right now. Maybe you tune into the shoulders, the back, the hips, maybe even the neck. Take a couple big breaths and just give yourself a little back massage as you rock side to side. Whenever your next exhale arises, allow the legs to drop on over toward the left-hand side. Arms will come to a T shape. Moving into a simple twist here. Left hand can stay on the left-hand side or rest on the outside of that right thigh. And your choice, maybe you send the gaze over the right shoulder, stretching the neck a little bit too. Pause for a couple big breaths. Bring your awareness towards the right side body. Can you feel the inhales expand and lift that right rib cage as the lung fills with air? And on the exhales, feel the right side body soften. Breathe deeply. Relax your jaw. Soften those fingertips and the toes. 1 more big breath. Inhale, gently bring your knees up to center, and then exhale on over to the other side. So slowly lower the legs on over to the right side now, and maybe you send the gaze over the left hand. Also, you can place the right hand on the outside of the left leg. As you're here, make sure both of your shoulder blades are pressing down towards the mat. So really anchor and press the left shoulder down towards the ground beneath you, resisting the lift of the shoulder girdle. Couple more big breaths here, and again, bring your awareness to the left side body. Can you physically feel the breath on the left side body? Really try to bring all your mental awareness there and stay with the feeling of the breath right there. Couple more big breaths. Breathe deeply. Whenever your next inhale arises, gently bring your knees back up to center. Exhale, give yourself a little hug 1 more time, hugging the knees into the chest. Your choice if you want to rock side to side or stay still. We're going to make our way to seated and then tabletop position next. So your choice. You can roll over to one side and press yourself up, or begin to rock up and down the length of the mat. Take your time. Make sure you just feel good in your body as you flow. Once you get to seated, send those legs behind you and make your way to tabletop position. And then whenever you get to tabletop, we're simply going to make our way to child's pose. So we'll bring the big toes to touch, knees spread wide, and on an exhale, sink the hips back towards the heels and allow the upper body to drape down towards the ground. Once you make your way into child's pose, maybe you rock side to side, maybe you stay still, find what feels good for you today. Wherever you go, though, stay with the mind and the body, an inwards gaze. Feel the connection to the ground. So in child's pose, we have the head, the heart, the hips all near to the ground. Feel the groundedness, the safety, the security of this posture, and just let yourself melt towards the ground beneath you. Continue to feel the breath in the body. Maybe you can notice it along the spine as you breathe in and out. Breathing in to the base of the spine, and then exhaling all the way out. Breath travels up the spine. Take another big breath or two here. Whenever your next inhale arises, as slow as you can, press yourself all the way back up to tabletop position, hands and knees. We're going to flow through a gentle moving meditation. So on your exhale, slowly sink those hips back down. We're going to do 2 more rounds just like this, trying to move as slow as you can with the full length of your inhales and exhales. So we inhale to rise on up. Really feel the body work as you lift. The slower you move, the more you'll feel. On the exhale, slowly sink back down to a child's pose. Stay with the mind and the body. 1 more round, inhaling to rise and exhaling to lower. Take your time. Once you make your way back to that child's pose, we'll pause there and rest for a couple moments. Notice where your mind is at. Can you really allow yourself to feel the body, to feel the breath within? Relax your jaw, soften your face. Again, allow gravity to just kind of pull your body down in child's pose. How can you surrender your body? Are you resisting the drop of your body towards the ground? Can you allow the hips, the legs to sink down, the forehead to really melt towards the ground as the arms are pulled by gravity? Really relax. 1 more big breath. On your next inhale, gently lift your head. You're going to come into Revolve, child's pose. So exhale, left elbow comes down in front of your face. Inhale, stack your palms, and then try to press the palms in towards each other. As you do, you'll notice the body will pivot, and now you're looking towards the right wall. So pause here for a couple big breaths. We're really trying to stack elbow on top of elbow, palms pressing towards each other. You might feel a nice opening in the shoulder girdle, maybe even the left side body. Relax your jaw. Notice if you're craning the neck, so lifting the chin. Imagine as though you're holding a tennis ball between your chin and your chest. So you're just gently drawing the chin in a bit. 1 more big breath here. On your exhale, right elbow drops, swap them out, and then inhale, left elbow lifts up. Pause for a couple more big breaths here. Breathing deeply and just notice what you feel. And really try to press that top palm in towards the bottom one. This will really leverage a bit of a deeper twist for you. Sink those hips down. Allow the left one to relax towards your left heel. 2 more big breaths. You got it. 1 more big breath. On your exhale, left elbow comes down. Reach those hands on out in front of you and sink on down. Pause for a moment or 2 in child's pose once again. Take some really big cleansing breaths here, breathing in and out, really feeling the entirety of your breath. Whenever your next inhale arises, make your way on up, tabletop position, hands and knees. And on the exhale, down dog. So curl the toes under, lift the knees, and press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to pause here for a couple moments. So take your time to really melt into this posture. Maybe you bend the knees, kind of shift the weight forward and back or side to side. Open up the backs of the legs a bit and get your head used to being below the hips. So breathe deeply towards the belly button and allow yourself to simply feel the body and move organically here. Take a couple more big breaths, just moving in ways that feel good for you. Once you have found a bit of openness in your downward facing dog, follow an inhale to lift your right foot up off the ground. As you do so, bend the knee like you want to kick your booty with your right heel. Pause here. If you want to stay here, you can stay here. If you want to go towards a hip opener on your next inhale, you're going to lift that right knee out towards the side. Maybe it points toward the right wall. Maybe it lifts up towards the ceiling. As you do so, continue to draw that right armpit down towards the mat. Pause for a big breath. On your next inhale, take a big breath in, and then exhale, shift forward plank pose. As you do so, bring your right knee toward the left elbow. So we're coming across the body. Inhale, lift on back. Maybe you come all the way up to that hip opener, maybe not, that's okay. Exhale, forward twist. We're gonna do that one more time. So inhale, shoot it back, maybe the hip opener, knee lifts up. Exhale, plank twist. Inhale, come on back. Hip opener one more time if that's where you've been going. And then exhale, set the foot down. Take a big breath, and we're going to try that same flow on the other side. So when you're ready, inhale, left foot lifts, bend the knee like you want to kick your booty. Maybe you stop here. Maybe you begin to draw the knee out toward the left-hand side. Maybe it lifts up. If it's lifting up, draw that left armpit down towards the ground. Take a big breath. Big inhale, and then when you're ready, exhale, come forward, plank twist. Inhale, shoot it back, maybe you open the hip. Exhale, forward, knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, open up. One more time, exhale, plank twist. Inhale, open up, maybe you lift that knee. Exhale, set the foot down. Inhale, plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Your choice if the knees are lifted or lowered. Exhale, lower yourself towards the ground. Inhale, low cobra, peel the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once you make your way to down dog, your choice if you want to continue to add movement or have a stagnant downward facing dog, but take a couple big breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Breathe through the body. You should feel the shoulders working by now, and that's okay. One more big breath. On your next inhale, step only your left foot up between your hands. Once it gets there, exhale, drop your back knee down, uncurl your toes. Inhale, hands sweep out and around, and then come up towards the ceiling. Pause here, exhale. All right, sink down into the front knee. Make sure that knee's stacked over that front ankle, and imagine like you want to draw that right heel back and press the left knee forward. So you should feel the legs working. Let's take one big inhale, and then on the exhale, can you dive the heart forward? As you do so, hands sweep back. Inhale, lift it on up, hands reach up. Two more times, exhale, forward, hands come back. Inhale, reach it on up. Last time, exhale, forward, reach it back. Inhale, come on up, hands reach tall. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Step that front foot behind you. Knees can stay on the ground or they lift. Lower yourself down towards the mat. Inhale, low cobra, maybe up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. So when you're ready, inhale, left foot steps up. Exhale, back knee drops down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, hands sweep up towards the sky. Pause here, sink down into that front knee, knees stacked over the ankle. Left heel draws back, right knee presses down and draws forward. Take a big breath. On your exhale, reach forward, hands come back. Inhale, come on up. Two more times. Exhale, forward, hands reach back. Inhale, sweep it on up. Once more. Exhale, forward and reach it back. Follow your breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come down, frame that front foot, step that knee back, and then move through the vinyasa. So lower yourself down towards the mat. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for a couple big breaths. Notice how you're feeling, where your mind is at. Can you reconnect to the body through the breath? Take some big breaths, feel it in the body. One more full round of breath here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, right foot steps up between the hands one more time. Your choice. You can either keep the knee lifted if you want a bit more of an active practice today. If you want to have a more restful, exhale, knee comes down, toes uncurl. So totally up to you. Inhale, hands sweep up, palms touch. Wherever you're at, exhale, hands to heart center. Coming into a low lunge twist. So big inhale, crown of the head pulls up, and then exhale, pivot, look toward the right hand side, and then maybe you come forward, lowering the outside of the left elbow to the outside of that front right knee. So really press the elbow in towards the knee, twisting, thumbs are at the center of the chest. Pause for a couple big breaths. You can look towards the wall on the right hand side, or maybe over your back shoulder if you want a bit of a challenge. Keep sinking down into that front knee. 2 more big breaths. Press down through that front heel. 1 more breath. Great job. On your next inhale, come on up. Hands reach tall. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Front knee steps back. You can lift the knees or keep them lower, but lower yourself towards the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it on back, down dog. 1 big breath in your downward facing dog, and then we'll do the same stretch on the other side. On your next inhale, left foot steps up between your hands, your choice, high lunge or low lunge. I'll be going to low lunge, so exhale, knee comes down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, hands sweep up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, crown of the head pulls up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pivot, look toward the left-hand side, and then maybe you pivot forward. Outside of the right elbow comes to the outside of that left knee, and really press the elbow in towards the knee to leverage a twist. Pause for a couple of big breaths. Really try to press that knee in towards the elbow as the elbow presses towards the knee. So we're getting a little counteraction there to leverage that twist in the spine. 2 more big breaths. You got it. You're doing great. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, lift on up. Hands reach tall. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Step that knee back and move through the vinyasa, lowering down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, press it on back, down dog. Pause for a couple big breaths and downward facing dog. Breathe to the low belly, you're almost there. 2 more big breaths, really drive those heels towards the mat. 1 more breath, press the ground away through the hands. On your next inhale, shift forward to plank pose, and then exhale, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Make a little pillow with your hands and rest your forehead down on the hands. Good job. Pause for a couple minutes, a couple moments, just tuning into the breath, tuning into the body. Maybe you feel the beat of the heart in the chest as we've increased the heat in the body. Notice where your breath is at. Are you kind of breathing into panting like nature? If so, can you draw out those inhales and exhales, really oxygenate the body? Breathe deeply, feel the inhales as the belly presses towards the ground. Exhales, allow your body to relax. Take a couple more big breaths, just allowing yourself to be with your body. One more full breath. On your next inhale, gently lift your head up off your hands. Exhale, and bring your elbows under your shoulders. So the forearms are going to be parallel to each other, elbows at a 90-degree bend. We're going to do some work in half bow pose and then possibly full bow pose. So to start, bring your left hand directly in front of your face. So you're almost just going to kind of pivot from that elbow a little bit so the hand comes in front of the face. And then bend your right knee, flexing the foot. From here, option to reach back. It's okay if you do not create a bind and you just reach back. That's a perfectly fine first step here. Pause here for a couple moments. If you do want to grab a hold of that right ankle, feel free to do so. If you're holding that right ankle, really kick that foot back behind you and shine the heart forward. So try not to allow that right shoulder to be pulled back. Continue to keep the shoulder girdle parallel with the front edge of your mat. 2 more big breaths. 1 more breath. Great job. Exhale, release if you have that bind, bring the hand back down. So right elbow under right shoulder, and we're gonna swap the hands out. So now right hand in front of the face, bend that left knee, flex the foot, exhale. Inhale, maybe you start to reach back, maybe you create that bind again. Find what works in your body, find where you can breathe. Keep pressing through that right hand and elbow that's on the ground, and pull that left shoulder forward so the shoulder girdle stays parallel with the front of your mat. Relax your jaw, shoulders soften away from the ears. 2 more big breaths, you got it. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Stack the palms, and you can rest the cheek down on your hands for a couple moments. Scan your body, notice how it feels, notice how the low back feels. Breathe space into the low back. Relax the jaw, soften the face, allow your body to melt down. All right, so for our next option, we have the option for full bow pose. If you're not feeling ready for bow pose today, that is totally fine. Please, please, please listen to your body and where it wants to go today. We all differ and all have different shapes within our bodies, so listen to what feels good. Option, if you are not going to do bow pose, we can do just like what we did, where you will bend the knees and just work towards reaching back. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome first step to really opening up the shoulders and building the strength to hold bow pose. If you want to go to full bow pose, you'll bend the knees and grab a hold of the ankles. So again, find what works in your body today. Whichever variation you choose on your inhale, gently kick those legs back and lift the heart. Again, it's okay if the hands are not bound around the ankles. Pause for a couple big breaths, breathing deeply. 2 more big breaths. Keep kicking those legs back. 1 more. On your exhale, slowly release. Maybe you stack the palms and rest the opposite cheek down on the mat. Breathe deeply. Feel the body. Just notice what's going on after those poses. 1 more big breath. And we're going to have the option to do that same thing 1 more time. So depending on where you went, we'll just do that same thing again. You can either be reaching back towards the ankles or grab a hold of the ankles. So I'll leave that up to you. Find where you want to go, and when you're ready, on an inhale, lift on up. And we'll pause for a couple big breaths. Relax your jaw, soften the shoulders away from the ears. 2 more big breaths. 1 more. When you're ready, follow an exhale to slowly lower on out of the posture. And again, stack the palms, rest your forehead down on the ground. Breathe deeply. Notice how you're feeling. And just like we did while we were laying on our back bodies at the beginning of class, can you surrender the holding of your body towards the support of the ground beneath you? Can you truly allow gravity to pull the body down? So notice if you're holding anywhere, for example, the low back, the glutes, the shoulders. Can you relax so much so that your body is just like an ice cube melting on a hot summer day? Just let yourself melt down. Allow gravity to pull the body. And breathe deeply. If your low back is feeling like it's settling a bit, when your next inhale arises, bend your knees, lift the feet, and just gently drop the feet side to side, the legs side to side, finding a windshield wiper-like motion with the legs, finding a nice release in the low back. Stay with the breath, stay in the body, let everything else go. And only when you're ready, you can gently slow down the sway side to side and eventually lower the feet all the way to the ground. But take your time. Keep swaying if that feels good for you. Stay with the breath. Whenever your next inhale arises, lift the head up off the hands, and then we're going to flip on over to our back. So just rotate over your right-hand side, roll on over, and then we'll meet up resting on our back bodies. So take your time, find your way to laying on your back. Once you get there, we'll meet up in Apanasana, knees to chest pose. So hug those knees on in towards you, wrap your arms around the legs, and gently rock side to side if that feels good for you. If you are rocking side to side, press the low back down towards the mat as you rock. This will help give you a little low back massage after the back bends we just did. Continue to breathe deeply, breathe through the body. Whenever your next exhale arises, straighten only your left leg down to the mat. Keep that right knee hugging in towards you. Take a big breath or two here. Just relax the hands, soften the arms, soften the shoulders. And whenever your next exhale arises, bring that right knee across the body toward the left-hand side. Arms can come to a T shape. You can even rest the left hand on the outside of that right leg. And just like at the beginning of class, option to send your gaze over the right hand. So this is a single-legged twist. Breathe deeply here to the right side body. Relax your jaw, and if you'd like to close your eyes, feel free to do so. Allow your body to physically wind down. Twists are amazing for detoxification. If you almost imagine like a wet rag and wringing it out, that's almost like what twists do to the core of the body. Let's go of anything that no longer serves us and create space for new. We'll take one more big breath here. And on your next inhale, gently bring your right knee back up to center, and then exhale, straighten it down to the mat. And we'll do the same stretch on the other side. So inhale, left knee hugs in. Pause for a couple moments once the left knee is in towards the chest. Again, we're not really pulling the knee in, we're just kind of resting the hands on the outside of the leg. So relax your arms, shoulders, and hands. One more big breath. And on your exhale, drop the left knee across your body toward the right-hand side. Your choice, arms to a T shape. Maybe you rest the right hand on the outside of the left leg, and maybe you send the gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe to the left side body, and continue to press the left shoulder blade down to the mat, resisting its lift. Breathe deeply. Find an inner state of ease and peace. Allow yourself to physically and mentally wind down, relaxing. Take another big breath here. And on your next inhale, gently bring your left knee back up to center. Exhale, straighten it down to the mat. If there are any other stretches or postures that you wish to take before Shavasana, now's the time. So if you want to add in a happy baby butterfly legs, if you want to get up and move around, please take the next couple moments to do so. Again, you set this time for yourself. So if there's anything else you need with practice today, feel free to take it, and we'll eventually meet up for Shavasana. If you're still flowing, please feel free to take all the time that you need. If you've made your way to the final resting pose, Shavasana, gently draw your eyes closed. Take a couple of moments to invite in a soft, easy, a relaxed nature to your mind, to your body, to the space all around and within you. Begin to relax your body down towards the ground beneath you. Start by softening the crown of your head. Relax your forehead, soften the eyebrows, and relax the eyes. Soften your temples, the cheekbones, relax the jaw. Allow the lips to soften, relax the teeth, and gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Soften your ears and the back of the head, along with the scalp. Relax the back of your neck, the sides, the front. Allow the throat to open. Melt the shoulders, the shoulder blades towards the ground beneath you as you soften the upper arms and the elbows. Relax the lower arms and the wrists. Soften the backs of your hands, the palms, and relax the fingers. Allow the chest to soften, relaxing the space around your heart. Soften the rib cage, the belly. And relax the back body, allowing a wave of relaxation to ripple down the spine, softening the muscles of the back as it passes. Soften your hips, the glutes, the pelvic area. And relax the upper legs and the knees. Soften the lower legs and the ankles. And relax your feet, softening every toe. Notice if you're holding on anywhere else in your body. Can you relax your body even further? Just totally surrendering to gravity's pull. Relax the body down. And allow this state to translate to your mind. Soften the mind as though it's a muscle itself, letting it melt and fade away. For the next couple of moments, allow yourself to continue to drift away here. Pausing and allowing your body to soak in the goodness of your practice today. Gently begin to invite the awareness back in towards your body. Maybe you begin to introduce small movements to the toes, the fingers, the wrists and ankles. Only when you feel ready, gently roll over to either side and pause to rest in a fetal position. Take your time. And once you feel ready, gently press yourself all the way up to seated, keeping the eyes softly closed as you move. We'll meet with the eyes closed and palms touching at heart center. Take a couple of moments to consciously observe how you feel right now. Draw your awareness to the mind, to the headspace. Observe, allow yourself to feel it. What word describes the state of your mind right now? And gently draw your awareness to the body, noticing how it feels. What word describes the state of your body? And eventually tune into your emotional well-being. What emotion do you feel in this moment? And simply notice, observe, and let it be. Throughout practice and our lives, we tend to operate in cycles. As we honor the new moon today, we begin a new cycle. Every day is a new cycle. Every time we practice, it's a new cycle. When we end practice, we close practice with Shavasana, or corpse pose. It's a new opportunity to begin again, to reset. We then move to a fetal position, which symbolizes a rebirth, and we check in with the energy we now feel. Every moment you have the opportunity to begin anew, to start again, to reset. Really give yourself a smile and thank yourself for tuning into your practice here today, to reset, to tune back in, and to find your way back home to the inner light within. And thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful energy and practice with me and everyone else who joined in here today. The light in me truly honors the light in you. Namaste.